Hi, guys. I, in particular, am addressing WWE superstar Sami Zayn, as well as Mustafa Ali, and all those who have been spewing hatred towards Israel. My name's Wendy Sadler. I am a Bible-believing, born-again Christian who also happens to have a Jewish heritage. I am here to respond to the comments I have been made aware of you making in regards to Israel rightfully defending themselves against the terrorist group known as Hamas. They are a terrorist group. Now, Sami, I understand that you do a lot for the people of Syria. That's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. But I believe that you were very misguided in the statements that you have been making about Israel. And I feel that you need to be a little educated on some things. I see in particular you state on May 12th, watching politicians and commentators rush to wrap Israeli military aggression in a cloak of victimhood while admitting the crimes towards the Palestinians is beyond shameful. The hypocrisy in the discourse and the callous indifference towards the Palestinian people is appalling. Excuse me? What about the terrorist acts that Hamas has committed over the last week or more? What about the terrorist acts that Hamas has committed, period? Are you not aware, or are you blind to the fact that Hamas is a terrorist organization and they are controlling Palestine? They're the ones that are committing the atrocities against the Palestinians. I don't know where you're getting your information, but you need to really broaden your horizons and learn the truth about this. And if you have any issue with what I am saying, politely and respectfully, privately message me and let's talk, because I have some things that I would love to share with you. I'm going to start right now with this, because I'm telling you right now, you need to realize that you are being so deceived, okay? To start with, are you aware of the fact that Israel is God's chosen people? They have been God's chosen people since God formed them through Abraham. I want to read something, to you from Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, who would become Abraham later, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Sami and Mustafa and all of you out there who are pro-Palestine and anti-Israel, God here is talking about Israel. Israel is his chosen people. Israel is his people. He protects his people. Now, there are probably some of you out there that believe in this replacement theology bit. I'm going to go into that another time, but I'm going to say flat out that replacement theology is unbiblical. Israel always has been, is now, and always will be God's chosen people. Israel has a right to that land. That land was given to them by God. This is where it starts. God also states to Abraham later on that he's going to inherit that land, the land in Canaan that he was given. He says here, when he changes his name to Abraham, neither shall thy name any more be called Abram, but thy name shall be called Abraham, For a father of many nations have I made thee. And he did do that. Thou shalt keep my covenant. And God said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore thou and thy seed after thee and their generations. He's talking about Israel here. During this time, Abraham had Ishmael, but later on, God would bless him with Isaac. And through that is Israel. Ishmael is the father of all the Arab nations, but they are not God's chosen people. It's Israel. Now, there's been some nasty bloodshed as a result of this, but it's because of this rampant anti-Semitism, this rampant hatred. And that hatred was instilled in your people by none other than Satan himself. Satan hates God's image bearers. We are made in God's image, so we're his image bearers, and Satan hates that. He hates Israel, so he started this. Don't believe me? Read the scriptures. If you want, message me privately. I'll be glad to share things with you in this area. But it says here that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. I mean, this is a fact. If you look very carefully throughout Scripture, God gives warnings against those who will try to harm Israel, against those who will try to harm his people. He says specifically in Zechariah chapter 2, he says in verses 8 and 9 of chapter 2, for thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake mine hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants, and ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me. God has promised continuous protection, even now, to Israel. And God is protecting his people. God gives specific warnings in this area, Sami and Mustafa. And I pray that you open your eyes to this. There have been numerous people. Look at what Hitler tried to do to the Jews. It failed. He killed 6 million people, human beings, but God judged Hitler. And any nation, anyone that dares to go against Israel has suffered God's judgment. And my high advice to you is to really think about what you are saying right now with calling them aggressors, occupiers, and all this other garbage, because it is totally untrue. Just the opposite. It's Hamas and the Palestinians that are doing this. And by the way, Hamas is backed by Iran. Just so you know. I'm just here giving the truth. And if you've got an issue with it, if you've got questions, Sami or Mustafa or anybody else, feel free to message me privately on here. I'll even leave my email address. You can message me either privately on here, Facebook, or Twitter. I'll leave that info here. Let's have some intelligent, sane conversation in this area. But please think very carefully before you say some of this stuff. There's been no state-sanctioned police violence against Palestinians. There's been no unlawful evictions. Everything that Israel has done has been legal and totally justifiable. I'm really praying that you see this. I know that this is probably something that you're not used to, and I understand that you've never heard this, but you need to hear it. You so need to hear it. I know this is something a shock to you, but it's something that's the truth and it needs to be heard. And I pray that you hear this. I know you've been raised in believing I don't know what about Israel. but you're being lied to. And I'm just praying that you take the time to really listen to what I'm saying in this area. Please, please listen. That's all I'm asking. Talk to me, feel free to talk with me, and we can have an intelligent conversation on this, because I believe it's very important. I believe it's very important. I can show you scripture. I can definitely show you scripture that points out that we are to respect Israel. That anybody that goes against Israel, anybody that tries to go against Israel, they have suffered God's judgment. That's the only way to put it. So please, if you've got any questions, you have anything to say in this, please talk to me. Let's have an intelligent conversation. I'll be very glad to share what I know in this area. Okay? That's all I'm giving. That's all I'm saying. Let's sit down and have an intelligent conversation, and I'll share some facts with you. See ya. Bye.